By now, you have an understanding of what an adaptation is and why some animals have evolved structural adaptations. This time, we're going to go underneath it all as we see some more animal adaptations.
Hi everyone, my name's Stacy with Six Flags Great Adventure and Safari. And today you are going to learn about two more types of adaptations, behavioral and physiological.
First, we will look at why animals act the way that they do. Behavioral adaptations are responses made by an organism that help it to survive and reproduce. Many animals use this form of adaptation in order to thrive in their environments. A behavioral adaptation called migration can be seen across various species, from humpback whales to songbirds. Animals can migrate or move for many reasons, such as birds migrating south for the winter in search of food. Instead of migrating, some endotherms, or animals that regulate their own body temperature, can go through a process called hibernation. During winter months, these animals will slow down and use less energy. Bears will often find a den and go into a dormant state when climates become colder and food sources are harder to find. Mothers and babies typically form very strong bonds early on, and many species have developed specialized adaptations in their family units. Prey species like Asian water buffalo are precocial, meaning babies are able to stand and walk within minutes of being born, helping to increase their survival rate. Vocalizations are another common behavioral adaptation amongst parents and their offspring. Sea lion moms and pups have distinct vocalizations, which they use to communicate with each other. It's one of the ways they can find each other in crowds of animals or know if someone is in distress. Depending on their needs, some animals are awake at different times of day or night. Raccoons are most active at night, making them nocturnal, while their close relative, the coati, are awake during the day or diurnal. Some animals, like tigers, are called crepuscular. This means they're most active at dawn and dusk. The second type of adaptations we're going to see are physiological adaptations. These refer to a body process that helps an organism to survive and reproduce. We talked about hibernation being a behavioral adaptation, but it's actually a physiological adaptation as well. During hibernation, animals can lower their body temperature, as well as their metabolic rate. They also slow down their breathing and their heart rate, allowing them to sleep for extended periods of time without needing to eat. Shedding is another physiological adaptation seen in some mammals. Many animals, like the American bison, will grow thick fur in the winter months, keeping them warm. But it will slough off the fur in the summer so they don't overheat. Now everyone knows that sloths are super slow. But did you know there's a benefit to this? Sloths spend most of their time in trees because they are most vulnerable when they're on or near the ground. Therefore, they've adapted a slow metabolism, so they only have to climb down once a week to use the bathroom. Some reptiles have one of the most dangerous physiological adaptations, venom. Many snakes, like this hognose snake, have developed the ability to be venomous or produce a toxic venom in their body. This venom can be released when they bite a predator, helping them to survive. Adaptations of species take place over long periods of time as their populations change and modify to their surroundings. But organisms can also adjust fairly quickly. A lot of people ask us how our African animals can live in such a different habitat as New Jersey. Our animals have acclimated very well to their surroundings. Acclimation is when something becomes accustomed to a new climate or to new conditions. Although some safari animals are found in different habitats in the wild, they have adjusted well to their more temperate climate here in New Jersey. Just like people can adapt to weather changes, so can our animals. For example, you may think it's hot at first stepping outside on a summer day, but the longer you're outside, the more comfortable you become. This is very similar to our animals, as they adapt to changing weather daily. We also have indoor housing facilities for our animals to keep them sheltered and comfortable. In this lesson, you have learned how adaptations can help organisms survive and pass on their genes to the next generation in a population. Remember, it can take animals thousands of years to evolve and adapt in order to see a permanent change in a species. With the world changing at a rapid rate, more animals are finding it difficult to adapt quickly enough to survive. Unfortunately, this is one of the main reasons that some animals are becoming endangered or extinct. We hope you join us on more academic adventures to find out ways that you can help.
Thanks again for joining us, and make it a wild day.